Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream, and it's actually being Ohio again, but today it's in a good way.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. I opened up the screen window and swatted some flies. Looks like there's another fly in here, and that's because it's 70 degrees today. We're February and it's 70. Go figure that out. Again, this is an Ohio thing. Things change so much. And you know, I shouldn't say that. There's other parts of the country that are like this too. What I like about it, of course, is the warmth. But what I hate about it is all this muddy mess that's left over. I mean, this is all soft mud. The whole ground out there is all muddy. At some point, the rain was coming down so hard, and our drainage, apparently, I need to dig it out. Maybe I'll do that today. Wasn't working so well. There's a little drain pipe there. I don't know if you can see it, but it wasn't doing its job, and I don't even know if it goes anywhere. So all the water came in the garage, so everything in here got wet. All this stupid cardboard and all this, I mean, even all the way back here got wet. If I usually dig this out, that was kind of my fault. I've been stuck inside, plus the ground was frozen. I couldn't dig it if I wanted to. We got one more day of weather, pretty warm. Today's the warmest day, and then we're going to have some cold weather move back in. And when I say cold, it's not bad though. We're only talking in the lower 40s, and we're into 40s and 50s for until March basically. And even a little bit of March, we may have some decently above average temperatures. Just to give you an idea, last year we had this same kind of little heat wave right about this time. And unfortunately, we had 20 inches of snow in March. So that's tell you we still have a lot of winter that's left, and hopefully Ohio will be kind to us, but I don't expect it. Yeah, you can see the mud. I haven't even been driving this truck, and the thing's sunk. It's got holes where it's just sitting at. I put these mirrors on. I don't know how they're going to work, but we're gonna try them. Maybe give me a little bit extra view over there. I opened up the RV. I hate to traipse in mud, but you know what? It's already dirty in there. And I noticed that I'm gonna have to probably give this thing a good waxing whenever we do break off the cover here eventually. But what I did is I came inside here and I walked around and I checked everything out, and no rodents and no leaks. Yeah, even in the RV here, which isn't getting the benefit of a lot of sun, we're at 62 degrees. It's very pleasant. One of the other reasons I came in here, and I'll kind of spin you around and give you an eyeball on it like I was, we saw an RV, I don't think I have a picture of it, but we saw an RV online that's basically the exact same layout as this RV. Same length, same layout from basically right here, all the way back. It's identical. The difference is what they did up front here, and we kind of like the way that looked. There's some problems with it potentially, but let me tell you what that one looks like first, if I haven't showed you the picture already, if I have it even. They had a dinette, a half a dinette, you know, like a two-seater dinette. Then there was a table. Then their couch, their jackknife couch, was across the front. And of course this table wasn't here. It was in between. It wasn't one of these flip-up tables either, which I would probably go with a bigger table too, because there'll be a bigger space there. Now, two downfalls to that for me. The water tank's underneath here. Not a big deal to move the water tank over, but I'd have to change my gravity fill. Now, I like having a gravity fill. I know there's people out there that have RVs that you just have a hose hookup, and once the hose is connected, you can switch it to either fill your tank or give water to the RV, you know, through the city water hookup. My case, I really like the fact that if I get in a weird situation, which I don't know exactly what that would be, but if I get in a weird situation where I need to fill my water tank on board, I can just use, you know, freshwater jugs like that one there, that blue one back there, and fill it up, you know, just pour it in. Of course, you have to have a hose and a pump to do it the other way. So that means I'd have to move my current gravity fill, which is here. I'd have to pull it out, put a cable block off or something there, and then install it up front. Now, that's the one downfall. Not hard to do. I mean, I could still leave my water pump underneath the little dinette thing that's here and just extend my lines to the tank. The other downfall is I've always had plans of removing this countertop here, just this is where the TV used to sit, and this cabinet. And in place of that cabinet, installing an enclosure that is sealed off and vented to the outside of the RV. And I was going to store our propane tanks in there that are currently on the tongue. Then at that point, I was going to mount a generator box on the tongue of the RV and make it on just a slightly elevated platform. It would give me plenty of room once those RV propane tanks are relocated. That would all go to the wayside if I change the seating around. Just the thought. I don't know if any of that's going to happen. Heidi and I have been looking at RVs, but we just, I don't know. Maybe we're just too tight with our money, I think. That might be it, because there's a couple RVs I found, and they're okay. Pretty good. But then we start thinking about the money, and it's like, man, how much better is it than the current RV we have? You know, is it $13,000 better? Maybe, I don't know. The carpet needs replaced in here. Just give Heidi a chance to redecorate a little bit in here too if I do all that. So I'm kind of in between. I don't know what to do there. I'm not real sure. Let me close this RV up, and I want to talk to you about a video that Heidi and I watched the other day, and if you guys are on the fence, maybe you want to watch the video too. So let's talk about that. So we watched a movie. It was called The Minimalist or something. If you guys never seen it, which a lot of people haven't, it's a Roku Netflix thing. I don't know, under documentaries. I think it was Netflix. I'm not sure where it was, but it was just called The Minimalist. And two guys going across the country talking about, you know, living smaller. I think at some point I'm going to release a video that talks about that. And the reason is I'd love to reach people like I was reached, which, again, if that ever happens, you know, maybe there'll be next video. Who knows? As far as today's concerned, though, I'm going to try to enjoy myself as much as possible. Let's go take a look of how the water come flowing in. You can see some tracks there. And same here. Look at this stream. You can kind of see where the stream went. And the whole garage filled. Even though there's a drain here, this whole garage filled with water back here. It's not the first time this happened, but it's been quite a few years since it happened. All because I didn't dig out this area here. So when she drives in and out, she's going through a gully, and then it just goes around the corner of the garage. Her grandfather and her brother poured this entrance to the garage. The garage was built in '63, and for years it didn't have anything in front of it at all. And then finally they just, you know, mixed up some concrete, made some forms, and poured this. This all needs redone, by the way, with drains correctly. But you know, I complain about it when it's wet and muddy out here in the driveway. And then in the summer, it's like, okay, well, I don't want to spend, you know, $800 to get all new gravel in here and spread around, so we'll just leave it be. What a nice day, though. Very, very nice day. Well, I think that's it for the update. I'm going to keep it as short as possible here. Hopefully I've butchered it down. So I've got some thinking to do with the RV. The truck's in pretty good shape. We're going to go on another 300-mile trip here later this week. Probably take the truck again. It's just a more secure ride than that car. You know, we see those accidents out there on the highway, and it's like, man, I wish I was, you know, driving my truck when we see a car accident. You know, everything's at head level. For you guys that are watching this that maybe live in another country, it's kind of a catch-22. Nobody necessarily wants to drive these big vehicles other than for their purpose, you know, towing or hauling. However, when everything else on the road is big vehicles, you really want a big vehicle yourself to give yourself a fighting chance in case you're in an accident. Not to say there's not small cars out there. It's just, if you're in America and you're riding around in a small car, you know it. Heidi, she's got that little Honda, and she feels it when she's riding it. You know, headlights are in your, the back of your head when you're driving, and you pull up alongside vehicles and you can't even hardly see the occupants because the vehicle's so high. Yeah, that's why we have big vehicles. So let me go ahead and close this up, close the video out, and as always, I hope to see you out there. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.